Well, we still have a pile of snow on the ground, as you can see. It's not going away real quick. Really wish it would go away a little faster. And as promised before, somebody wanted to see my wind chime here and hear it. This is made out of flint chips. And I'll tell you what, that thing sounds great on a windy day. Just little flakes of flint that I've chipped off stones and kept them for a wind chime. So that's a project you guys might want to try sometime. But anyway, why I'm shooting this video is I was quite inspired this morning by WagonJon's video of the big blade that he got, the Ted Orchid blade. So I thought, you know, what the heck, why don't I show a big blade of my own here, and we'll take a look at what I've got in the that I've saved over the years. So let's see here. Start out. Oh, I've also got some Obsidian doodads that I've kept that I want to show too. So this is probably my biggest one, and I got a tape measure here. Let's see if I can pull this thing out with one hand. That'll be a real trick. Okay, here we go. And this guy, he measures right about 18 inches. Then the next biggest one is, oh, by the way, that one is made out of glass, and I'll hold that up because you got to see it. It's just the prettiest stuff. A friend of mine had a bunch of blue bottles, and he crushed them up and put them in his kiln, and he made a rectangular slab of glass and gave it to me, and I chipped it into that thing. This one here is a piece of Texas flint, and it was from a big tab. That thing's 17 inches. And next to it is some Novaculite. And that one runs right around 15. That's the runt of the crowd. And one more Novaculite piece is this kind of a big Adina Dixon type blade, and that's about 10 1/4. So let's get a little closer look at these. This is blue glass, and this thing is just really pretty. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but I can look through it and see just the prettiest blue. A lot of air bubbles in there. It's kind of a huge turkey tail. I can't hold it all far enough, there we go, to see it all. But that's such a pretty blade. I take that a lot of times when I do a demo, talk to the kids, you know, and show them a big blue glass blade. This big old Texas piece here was something I napped quite a few years ago. A buddy of mine was into napping big blades, and he kind of got out of it, and he gave me his stash of chunks of Texas flint that he'd got from Craig Ratzett. And this is the one that I chipped out of that. Love this pattern in this stone. I left the end rough because I really didn't want to shorten it anymore, and I just wanted to achieve a blade edge, as you can see. Now this one's not all that thin. This is kind of a heavy, clunky thing. Love to show you how I napped this. I had to put the point of this on my boot, and then I had to hold it in front of my leg and hit it sideways to get the big flakes to pop off. It was quite a job, and it rang like a bell, and my ears were just ringing right along with it. This is a piece of Novaculite, quite a slab when you think about it. And this was a spall, believe it or not. And there was one little dip in it, right there, and that's where I signed it. I made this in 2004, so this is almost going on 10 years. It's 9 years old, but boy, it's a thin spear, like a Duck River cash sword, kind of like, but small compared to a real Duck River cash sword. And then there's this really pretty Novaculite. I guess that's an Adina, not so much a Dixon. And I made this one in 2002. You know, I do keep a lot of this stuff because, well, you make stuff like this, it might be the only one you ever make, so I just didn't want to part with it, and I just kept it in my inner man cave on the counter. You probably noticed that everything here is laying on a fabulous brain tan deer hide that I just got from Tribe of Benjamin. And even outside, this thing just reeks of smoke. I just love the smell. I guess the next big blade would be this guy here. This is Obsidian. Doesn't really have much clarity. It's kind of opaque. But this was a blade at one time, and I decided to, you know, do something with the base and put some notches in it. That's about 10 1/4. That's a pretty good size blade there. And always, I do like to make big bifaces. This one's really cool because this one does show. I don't know if it's going to show through or not. But this is a lot clearer than the other Obsidian in here. I like big, bold percussion scars, and Obsidian shows it well. It's one of my earliest good blades. It's on my way to making, excuse me, North blades, and this one came out really, really thin. Just the prettiest mahogany Obsidian, and it's just a piece that I thought I was going to break it for sure, but it held up, and I got that blade. Another nice, big, thin blade. Just like I say, I do love the percussion scars that show on Obsidian, and here's a really nice piece of mahogany here. And again, really, really thin. And then the doodads. Kind of looks like a lion. I don't know. It's supposed to be a bunch of faces. You can see one there. You can see one there. And there's kind of a face there. It was a little preform I made. And I just kept notching it and putting faces on, and I came up with this dude. He's kind of cool. Put him on the snow here. Yeah, that's a real exercise in pressure flaking when you do that. Here's a real kind of an eccentric looking arrowhead here. Definitely hurt if you got hit with that one. And just some other doodads and squiggles and other things that I was playing around with. But there's a look at some big blades and some Obsidian blades and doodads. I hope you enjoyed this look. I certainly enjoyed making these things over the years, and hopefully there will be more of these in my future. So thanks again for watching, and I'll be back with more stuff once I think of it. So thanks again.